Hey, I'm Astrid, and I'm the lead composer for the upcoming psychological horror game Face Interrogation. Since the demo is now out and the game is coming soon, I figured I'd make a short video talking about the music and my approach to composition on this game. In this video, I will be going over what inspired me, how I created some of the sounds on the soundtrack, the tools I use, and a particular track that unfortunately didn't make the final cut for tonal reasons, but will still be on the soundtrack once it releases. The primary inspirations for my writing style are Akira Yamaoka's music for the Silent Hill franchise and Akuma Kira's music for her games Lost in Vivo and Lunacid, some of my personal favorite works of horror and horror-adjacent media out there. I achieved this sound through heavy use of tape emulation, distorted industrial nonsense noises, dissonant and surreal soundscapes, and by prioritizing atmosphere and melancholy over purely writing traditionally scary music. Initially, while writing, I wanted to challenge myself to using solely piano for the soundtrack, writing simple and melody-forward pieces utilizing the Lab's soft piano library, because I am poor and I cannot afford software. Here's some of the tracks that use this technique. But you can't have a scary game without some scary noises, can you? So I decided to get creative and play around with my favorite tools, granular synthesis. In essence, granular synthesis splits a sound into short snippets, or granules, allowing you to manipulate the sound in creative and interesting ways that you can't really achieve through any other technique. Although, to be fair, this technically is just resampling and not granular, but that's besides the point. After playing around for a while and incorporating some other forms of resampling, I ended up with this. After a while, though, I got bored, so naturally, instead of subtly incorporating other elements into the work, I wrote the scary song and completely abandoned the piano-only approach. This sound was achieved with two primary tools: industrial clanging noises and stupid amounts of distortion. I created an effect rack that attempted to emulate the sound of Mick Gordon's Doom instrument, and I mean, the results speak for themselves. I also threw a bit of my own vocals in there just to really let you know that you should in fact be scared. After writing this track, I had pretty much solidified the sound of the game, and because of that, I decided to throw in some wildcard songs I wrote before the game was even publicly revealed, and I was even composing for the game. And what you know, they fit great. Goes to show that regardless of tools, the most important part is the one using the tools. I pride myself on knowing how to use the software I have over relying on the software's sound in and of itself, if that makes any sense. Most of the tools I use are freeware or Ableton stock. I also made heavy use of the Sounds of Silent Hill sample pack series because they sound great, they're affordable, and they fit with the vision I had for the soundtrack. Out of all of the tracks I wrote, however, one of them didn't make the final cut. The original version of the theme that plays when talking to the alcoholic robots. Instead of referencing my previously mentioned inspirations, I went in a wildly different direction and referenced the absolute goat of music game production himself, Toby Fox. The developer wanted a sad version of it as well, so I wrote the version of it currently playing in the background, using the same piano forwards approach I used earlier in the soundtrack. In the end, the original version was cut from the final product due to the fact that it was simply too tonally different from the rest of the soundtrack, and the somber piano version was used in its stead. So yeah, that's kind of how I wrote the soundtrack of the game. It's honestly not too complex or anything, just a lot of distortion, weird sound design, and sad piano music. The game comes out sometime this year, and the demo is available to play now on Steam.
you.